Alright, here we go. Another tip on branching, what is it called? Branching out of the Cowboy Chords. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll get it right in the title, whatever it is. But I keep forgetting. Okay, so suspended chords, 7 chords. These things always help things to sound just a little bit cooler. And even sometimes major 7 chords. The easiest one, probably the one that you're already doing, is the D sus4 and the D sus2. So the sus4 is you play a D chord and you take your pinky and you place it on your 1st string 3rd fret. Okay, it sounds kind of like Tom Petty, Free Fallin'. Okay, and then the sus2 is of the D chords. You make your D chord and then you lift off your middle finger off of the 1st string. So your 1st string is ringing open. Okay. Okay. Now, so that's a D sus4 and a D sus2. Those are suspended chords. Suspended chords sound good. You can just about always use them in place of a major or minor chord. Sometimes they can be a little iffy. I believe it's the sus4 that's the one that's more iffy than the sus2. But anyways, we're not going to worry about that. You can hear what sounds good and what doesn't when you use it. So using a sus chord, if you don't already use it, let's just say G, C, and D. Remember, we're talking about cowboy chords here. So okay, using things like you're using these chord shapes, but you add that in while you're playing your chords. So you play a D chord, then you make it a D sus or a sus2 or sus4 or whatever. So you can do that again with C chord. Well, kind of what we did earlier in one of the other videos is when we played the hammer-ons with our little. Okay, so with our C chord, when we lift off that middle finger, that is a C sus2. Okay, so you can play that. So we can go G. Okay, so you can hear it. Sounds a little bit different than a regular C chord. What's happening is we're substituting our 3rd in the C. We're substituting the 3rd for a 2 on a sus2, and what happens on a sus4 is we're substituting the 3rd with a 4. So if we take a C chord again and we place our pinky on our 4th string 3rd fret right underneath our ring finger, we now have a C sus4. Okay, so you can kind of use that in the same idea. So use that. Get used to playing a D sus2 and a D sus4, and let's just say when you're playing a song that you are holding a D chord on, switch it around. Add the sus in, take it back out. Same thing with C. If you're holding C for a while, switch it around. Add the sus2 in, add the sus4 in, switch it around. Practice on just one at a time, okay? So, for instance, just play the sus2, okay? You're playing C for a while, C sus2. D for a while, D sus2. Get used to that one, and then switch it to the 4. Playing C for a while. Again, you're going to have to play this stuff and get used to it in order to use it in a way that sounds good. because you have to get used to the way it sounds. You have to remember in your head, before you do it, you got to think, this is what this is going to sound like, and it's going to sound good, because I know, because I've done it a gazillion times already. So you're going to use that. Practice that. Use these chords while you're playing. It's going to spice everything up and make it much more interesting instead of just strumming on the same old chords all the time. You know, make it, especially in country music, it's going to sound good. And also even more different kind of stuff. You know, it's very like acousticy is what I call it sometimes. You can get a very airy kind of sound, you know, majestic or whatever, I don't know. But just by using a lot of open strings like that. So utilize that. Another one also, since we use A and A minor a lot in our open positions, an A sus4, we take, if we play a regular A and we slide our third finger up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, so where everything's on, and the whole A is everything, your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the 2nd fret. We slide that 3rd finger on the 2nd string to the 3rd fret. So, okay, so that's your A sus4. Use that as well. And then your A sus2 is, all you do is you lift that 3rd finger off. So you've only got 2 fingers playing that chord. Okay, sounds very cool. Using that, so if you're using you can substitute your minor chords a lot as well with a sus2 chord. So an A minor. Okay, this is a D minor. Okay, so you get used to that. Just like we had talked about in the first video. Take songs that you already know, songs you already play, and start utilizing this kind of stuff with those songs. So we're going to stop that right there. I'm going to think about this series a little bit more. I may come out with some more videos for it, or I may end it right there. I haven't decided yet. But that's all that I'm going to be wearing this shirt doing. So the next ones will be done on a different day. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I'll see you soon. My name is Michael Lipsmeyer. Have a good one.